Hello, and welcome to week 47, day 343 of Man vs. Violin. This is my 343rd consecutive day of violin practicing. I've managed to practice every day for 343 days. The goal is to practice every day for 1 year, for 365 days. So less than 25 days away, and we'll see if that's possible. I've been working on the Happy Farmer and Minuet number 3, and those are both from Suzuki book number 1. I'm coming to the end of book number 1, and after the Happy Farmer, there's one more piece. There's a song called Gavat, and that will bring book number 1 to a close. And I'm hoping that maybe around December to start it with Gavat and kind of wrapping up book 1 by the end of the year. I have ordered Suzuki book 2. I have it right here. I haven't really looked at it yet. I'm focusing on book 1, focusing on getting through book 1, but I want to have book 2 ready to go. Book 2 comes with a CD. Wow, when's the last time you've seen one of those? I'm going to have to look around and see if I can find a CD player. But more than likely, I'll just look the songs up on YouTube. Yeah. I don't even know if I have a CD player. I'll have to check through some storage boxes. But for today, let's see, The Happy Farmer. That's what we've got going. So this song is, like I said, the second to the last song in Suzuki Book 1. Let's see how happy this Happy Farmer is today. Start that one again. Okay. Still a work in progress, though, as a lot of my songs are. So, a couple of things this week. The violin is, I think I've mentioned before, is from Fiddler's Shop, and it's been a really good violin. I really like this violin. However, I think I'm about due for a string change. So I think within the next month or so, I'm going to change out the strings. It's done a very good job of holding its tune, and the tuning pegs, they grip pretty well. I find that this violin stays in tune pretty good. I don't put the violin in a case. Some people say you should put your violin in a case because it's more climate controlled. That's probably true, but this isn't a rare, expensive violin. It's more important to me to have the violin out where I can see the violin, because if I can see it, it's easier for me to play it. And I've had this before with other instruments like guitars, where if I put the guitar away and don't see it, I'm less likely to play it. So Even though it's not as climate controlled, it's more important to me to have the violin out where I can see it, where I can get to it, than to have it in the case. Though honestly, because right now my goal is to play every day, it's doubtful that I'll forget to play. At least so far I haven't forgotten to play the violin. But what do I keep my violin on? I have this really cool stand, and it's a little violin stand, and it works really well. I don't really know who makes this stand. I got it from Sweetwater. So as a bass player, primarily a bass player, I buy a lot of stuff from Sweetwater. They have a lot of bass accessories, pedals. Oh my God, do I have a million pedals. So that stand was pretty affordable. It was pretty inexpensive, and it's built really well. So I keep my violin on a stand where I can get to it. One thing that I noticed is I have several bows, and again, they're from Fiddler Shop. So I have several carbon fiber bows. This bow here is a carbon fiber bow. I don't know if you can see it very well. I don't know if you can see the carbon fiberness of it. But this particular bow was the lowest priced carbon fiber bow. This other bow is a carbon fiber bow, and I'll see if you can see, maybe this one you can see the fiber weaves a little bit better. This one was more expensive, and I had been using the more inexpensive bow for a while, and then I thought, well, let me try the more expensive bow because I have it. And I find that the more expensive carbon fiber bow really does feel better to play, and I don't know why. So I'm no bow expert, but I can say that between my inexpensive carbon fiber bow and my slightly more costly carbon fiber bow, I do notice a difference in the feel of the bow. And I think maybe it's just my inexperienced ear, but it does seem like the slightly more expensive carbon fiber bow, the one that actually has the little carbon fiber weaves that you can see, it actually does sound better. So, you know, that's just kind of something that I noticed in this last week of playing. So I'll be playing primarily with the slightly more expensive carbon fiber bow and keeping the other one as a backup. One other thing to note is that I'm coming up on my 1 year, and I said that for my 1 year video, I was going to play an original piece. So I've been working on that. And I have it right here, in fact. Behind these very sheets of paper is an original composition that I've been working on that I will debut on my 1 year video. So I've never actually written music before, and it's kind of a challenge counting stuff out and making sure things add up in each measure. So I don't know if what I'm writing reflects what I'm playing, but yeah, I'll show it on my 1 year video and I'll play it, and then we'll see if I'm actually playing what I wrote. But for today, that's it for today. On week 47, day 343 of Man versus Violin. Keep practicing violin because that's what Paganini would do.